and welcome to Crash Course 2.0 Learn to Grow. And today our lesson is Fraction Subtraction. In simple words, today we shall learn how to subtract fractions. So let's start. First comes subtracting like fractions. Let's say I'm giving a 2 like fraction. Let it be 2 by 4 minus 1 by 4. The answer would be 1 by 4. How do we know this? If you have watched my part 1 video of fraction, you remember learning about a fraction having 2 parts. Yes? Yeah. And what are these? These are numerator, that is Numerator, numerator, divided by denominator, that is Denominator. This simply means that for a given fraction it has 2 parts, the numerator, the upper part, divided by denominator, the lower part. So for like fraction in this example, we have those 2 like fractions in front of us. By subtracting them, we write down the fractions denominator as it is because they have same, so no change at all. And we simply subtract numerator, that is 2 minus 1, to give me 1, giving you 1 by 4 as answer. So with this we have learned how do we subtract like fractions. That was easy. But our question is, how do you subtract unlike fractions? So let's see. First, let's see how do you subtract proper fractions. So if you don't know what a proper fraction, let's have a look at it. Let's say I'm giving a given fraction, that is 3 by 4. And here I have the numerator 3, which is less than denominator 4. So whenever you have a given fraction where the numerator value is less than denominator value, those kind of fraction are called proper fraction. As you can see here, 3 by 4, it could also be 4 by 5, or let's say 1 by 2, and even 1 by 4 example proper fractions. All these comes under proper fraction where the numerator value is less than denominator. So now first let's see how do you subtract proper fraction. Given to us, Arpana ate 1 by 2 of a chocolate bar and Bishu ate 1 by 3 of a chocolate bar. How much more did Arpana eat than Bishu? Here we are given Arpana chocolate 1 by 2 and Bishu chocolate 1 by 3. We have to check how much more did Arpana eat, which means they're saying here directly to us that the number 1 by 2, the fraction 1 by 2, is greater than 1 by 3, and we were saying how much, by how much it is. That is same like saying 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3 is how much? What is the answer? Okay, if we see these two numbers, these are unlike fractions since the denominator is 2, 1 and 3 and they are different. Now how do you solve this? To separate unlike fractions, change them into equivalent fraction first. If you don't know what equivalent fraction means, then please do watch my part 1 video of fractions, and let's continue. So here given to us 1 by 2, that is eating the half of a given chocolate. So this whole portion represents the full bar of the chocolate. Arpana ate the half of it, this portion, okay, 1 by 2. So now if I have to find out the equivalent fraction of 1 by 2, let it be 2 by 4. And how do I get that? I have multiplied 1 by 2 by 2 in both numerator and denominator to give me 2 by 4. And that is same like saying I divided the given bar chocolate into 4 different parts and now just eating the 2 portion of it, like this 2 portion, okay? I do further to give me 3 by 6, and here I have again dividing into 6 different parts and eating 3 parts of it. Yes? Okay. So if you see in this whole scenario, the chocolate bar is same. I'm just dividing first time into 2 equal parts and where she eat 1 part of it, then next time into 4 equal parts, eating 2 parts of it, and last time into 6 different parts, eating 3 parts of it. But it means the same portion if you remember here, and look at carefully. Let's see Vishu's turn. Vishu ate 1 by 3 of a chocolate bar, so which means that he is eating about 1 by 3 of it. Okay, he further eats about 2 by 6. What this means now? It simply means that if you divide the same chocolate bar into 6 equal parts as shown here, he is eating the 2 parts of it, giving me 2 by 6. How I have got this? I have got this by finding equivalent fraction of 1 by 3. That is simply writing down here 1 into 2 divided by 3 into 2 is equal to 2 by 6. Yes, clear to you? So our main objective of finding the equivalent fraction of both 1 by 2 and 1 by 3 was to make sure that they have the same common denominator 6 and 6. And now we can easily subtract them up. 3 by 6 minus 2 by 6 to give me 1 by 6. And the answer would be Arpana ate 1/6 of a chocolate bar more than Vishu. Hope this question is clear for you. And this kind of question is called a word problem. So how do you solve a word problem then? Number one step, read the question problem and understand what they want and what all numerical values they have given. They are given 1/2 and 1/3. So they're clearly saying here that Arpana chocolate, that is 1/2, is more than 1/3. And we have to see by how much. That is finding out the difference between both of them. We had to find out 1/2 minus 1/3 and not 1/3 minus 1/2, okay? So keep that in mind. And after that, you can draw a neat diagram on the left side or right side to show how it is represented in a graphical manner. And on the left, you can write down proper step to solve the problem. And after you have got the answer, don't stop here. Write down the answer in a word again. Why? Because a word problem, they ask the question in terms of word, how much more? They don't answer it as Arpana ate this much more, okay? And hope it's clear for you. Let's see some more questions based on subtracting proper fractions. We can also use the LCM method to find out the equivalent denominator. Let's see how to do this. Given us a question here, 5/6 minus 3/5. First, let me teach you how to find out LCM method, okay? Let's say I'm giving you two numbers, 16 and 20. I'm going to teach you how to find the LCM, that's also known as lowest common multiple, of the two given numbers using the common division method. Let's see. So number one step, I take both the numbers together. I'm going to divide them by a common factor for both of them. And that is 2 in this case, the lowest common factor. And as per you know, 2 is the 16 and 2 times the 20. Now you go right down further to give me, I have 8 and 10. I can again use number 2 to divide them both to give me 2 4s are 8 and 2 5s are 10. Now you see the number 4 and 5 has no common factor other than 1. Thus, these both numbers are co-prime numbers, and so I stop here, okay? If you don't know what a co-prime numbers means, they're basically those numbers which has a common factor. They have the common factor as only 1. Let's say I have two numbers, number 6 and number 12. Number 6 factors would be 1, 2, 3 and 6. Number 12 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. As you can see here, number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 6, 4 numbers are common here. So we have here 3 more common factors other than 1, and thus this is not a co-prime number. For number 4 and 5 example, it has factor like 1, 2 and 4. And this has 1 and 5. Thus they only have 1 as a common factor, and thus these both are co-prime numbers. And generally speaking, all the consecutive numbers are co-prime numbers. The word consecutive means like the pairs, like 1, 2 are co-prime, 2, 3 are co-prime, 3, 4 are co-prime. And in this example, 4 and 5 are co-prime. Yes? Okay. And thus, if we had this number here, 16 and 20, this L-shaped portion would be our LCM. So the LCM of the number 16 and 20 would be the L-shaped portion, that's going to be 2 into 2 into 4 into 5. And as per you know, 2 2s are 4 into 4 into 5 is 20, giving me 80 as my LCM. So with this we have learned how to find the LCM of two given numbers. Now how do I use this method to find out the equivalent denominator? The rule simply says that we take, if we have two unlike fractions in this case, 5/6 and 3/5, we take their respective denominators, 6 and 5 in this case, and find the LCM, and the answer we're going to get as LCM less x equal to x. That is going to be our new equivalent denominator, and convert each of them into that. Okay, very simple. We're going to see how it's been done. But since, as we know, number 6 and number 5 are called co-prime numbers, because they only have a common factor of 1. So you can't find the LCM of them using this method. That's called common division method. Then how do we do this? The rule simply says for co-prime numbers, the LCM is going to be the product. So you can have here LCM of 6 and 5 is going to be simply 6 into 5, that's equal to 30. And thus, LCM of 6 and 5 is 30. Yes. And now next what to do? Convert each of them. So here we have 5/6, we want 30 to be the new denominator, so you can do into 5s and into 5s to give 25/30. And similarly you're going to have is 3/5, and as per you know, we want 30 as denominator, so you can multiply numerator by 6 and also denominator by 6 to give me 18/30. Now I can subtract 25 by 30 minus 18 by 30 to give me 7 by 30, and that is my answer. And there you go. And because this is not a word problem, writing the answer in terms of a number is okay and perfectly fine. So keep one thing in mind about final answer. Whenever you get any final answer for a given fraction, make sure that the answer is in its lowest term. Yes, number one thing, it is in the lowest term. Lowest term means that they have only 1 as a common factor and they cannot be reduced further. For example, if I get the answer to be as, let's say, 2 by 4, then I can further make this as 1 by 2 because I can divide both of them by 2 to give me 1 by 2 as the answer. So do that. Therefore, the difference is not in its lowest term. Reduce the fraction to its lowest term. Subtracting mixed numbers now. The milkman had 2 by 3 liters of milk in the can. He sold 1 by 4 liters to a customer. So how much is left in the can? So we have to subtract here 2 by 3 minus 1 by 4 to give us the answer, isn't it? Let's see how to do this. So if you don't know by now what a mixed number, let me tell you. Mixed numbers are numbers like this, where you have a whole plus a fraction. As you can clearly see here, the number 2 is a whole number. It is a complete number. And the number 2 by 3 is a fraction. So you're adding 2 plus 2 by 3 to give me 2 by 3. Yes, makes sense. But how do we get a mixed numbers? Normally we get mixed number for improper fraction, and if you don't know what that means, we talk about improper fraction to be a case where you have the numerator to be less than denominator, like in the case of 2 by 4. And improper is just reverse of that case when you have the value of numerator to be greater than denominator, example of 4 by 3, where we have the number 4, the numerator, greater than number 3, the denominator. Wonderful? Yes. Now this kind of problem cannot be left like this. This kind of answer should be converted to mixed numbers, isn't it? And how do I do this? We take number 4 divided by 3 to give me 3 ones 3. You remainder as 1. So this is called a divisor, this is called a dividend, this is called a quotient, and this is called remainder. So answer would be remainder 1 and then divisor 3 and again 1 here. So this is quotient and 1 remainder and 3 divisors. So give me 1 by 3 as answer. And this was my mixed fraction or mixed number. Okay, very simple. So what you have shown here, these numbers are called the mixed numbers. Now we have to subtract these two mixed numbers. Let's see how they do this. To subtract mixed numbers, change them to improper fraction first. That is, change it to improper fraction. We're going to get here 8 by 3 minus 5 by 4. How did we get this? So let's say we had the number 4 by 3 and we saw the number 4 by 3, which is improper fraction. We got it to be as 1 by 3. So let's say, like in this example, we only had given this mixed fraction and I have to get an improper fraction for that. How would I do this? If you know by now, this 1 is a remainder, this 3 is a divisor, and this 1 is a quotient. So the formula is very simple. That's going to be quotient into divisor plus remainder divided by divisor. So quotient here is 1 into divisor is 3 plus remainder is 1 by divisor is 3 to give me 4 by 3, and that's how I get improper fraction. So the same rule is applied here as well. We had the number here, we had 2 by 3, and as we know here, this 2 shows the remainder, this 2 is our quotient, this 3 is our divisor, to give me now 2 into 3 plus 2 divided by 3. That was equal to 5 plus 2, sorry, not 5, 6, my friend, because we have 2, 3, that's 6 plus 2 by 3 is equal to 8 by 3. Very simple. Similarly, here we have 5 by 4. We were getting 5 by 4. How to get this? We had here 1 by 4. And as per you know, again, we're going to have here 1 into 4 plus 1 divided by 4 to give me 4 plus 1 by 4. That's equal to 5 by 4. and we have got the improper fraction. Yeah, so number one step is done. We have converted mixed number into improper. So by now we know how to convert improper to mixed and mixed to improper, vice versa. Okay. Number two step, change the equivalent fraction. 32 by 12 minus 15 by 12 is equal to 70 by 12. If we still have doubt how did we get 12 as a denominator here, let me tell you one more time. We remember the LCM method we talked about so far. We had the two numbers here, 3 and 4. So I found the LCM using that. And how do you do it? Because both numbers are co-prime numbers, means they only have common factor as 1. We can't simply find out the LCM using the common division method. So we took the number 3 and 4, we multiplied them, it was equal to 12, and that is our new LCM, or that is our new equivalent denominator. We put it over here and converted 8 by 3 by multiplying in the numerator and denominator by some number to give me 12 as the new denominator. So how do I get this? As per 3 4 is 12, so multiply by 4 in numerator by denominator to give me the answer as 32 by 12. Similarly here I had again 5 by 4, and as per I have to get 12 as a denominator because that's my new equivalent denominator as such. I multiply by 3 since 4 to the 12, and giving me now 15 by 12 and giving me answer at the end 17 by 12 as my new answer. And since, as you can see here, this answer is in terms of improper fraction, I have converted it into my mixed numbers. Yeah. Before doing that, can I reduce it further to the lowest term? I cannot, because 17 to 12 only has common factor as 1. I can't further reduce them. That is my lowest term. Now I convert the improper to mixed fractions. To change the difference, obtain to a mixed number. So you can have here 17 by 12 is equal to 1 5 by 12. How to get this? I took number 17, I divided them by 12, and as put in 12 ones are 12 to give me remainder as 5. So giving me here the quotient 1 over here, the remainder 5 over here, and the divisor 12 over here, and thus you have got the answer. So therefore there is 1 5 over 12 liters of milk in the can, and that's the answer. And because this is a word problem, we have to show at the end the answer in terms of word, answering the question given to us over here. Okay. Before you can change improper fraction to a mixed number in the answer, first change it into lowest term. So this simply means that whenever you write any final answer for a given fraction problem, always check the two conditions. Number one condition is the answer in this lowest term or not? If it is no, then convert into lowest term, okay? And after that, check the number two step. Is the answer improper fraction or not? If it is a proper fraction, then leave the answer as it is. If it's improper fraction, then convert into mixed fraction. And similarly, if the number one step it is not required at all, it is in the lowest term, like in this case 70 by 12 is the lowest term, then move on to number two step. If it's improper fraction, convert to mixed fraction. I hope that's clear for you to keep these 2 points in mind to solve any problems based on fractions. So what you have learned today? Today I have learned about subtracting unlike fractions and then subtracting mixed numbers or mixed fractions. So in next class we'll learn about multiplication of fractions and then about division of fractions. So till then, keep learning, and thank you so much for watching my video so far. If you have liked this video, if you want more such math class in the future, please do subscribe to my channel, and please do share this video to your friends so they can learn subtraction sitting at home. Until then, keep learning, and thank you.